So, it does at least appear to me that there's no impact on the spirit of the intent of the ordinance. These two are so closely related, number one and number two. So, agreement on that? Any dissension?
Nope, I agree.
All right. Number three, substantial justice would be done. Essentially, what he's saying is, without this variance, the land would be landlocked by the surrounding subdivisions and properties and would be inaccessible. Certainly,
and I'd be happy to answer any.
yeah, I would think based on the current circumstances, it seems that would be the correct situation. The town has no interest in building that road any further. So I think this is the most reasonable solution. Anybody else?
I agree.
Agree.
All right. Number four, the value of the surrounding properties will not be diminished because the property is going to be used for one single family dwelling built with like square footage and value to surrounding properties. The value of surrounding properties would not diminish as the structure will remain in line with the parcel characteristics and also with the neighborhood characteristics. I would have to agree with that too.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, number five, we're making progress here. Liberal enforcement of the provisions of the ordinance would result in an unnecessary hardship. Again, here, primary issue, I think, is it only has one access point. And what they're seeking to do is to use the only access they have to the property to put a single family home. I think there's enough uniqueness of the property where it is situated, and this being the only access to it. So I would say that this does meet that hardship requirement that if we were to deny it, it would essentially render the property unusable. Certainly from a reasonable test anyways. Would you guys agree with that?
Great.
Yes.
So from what it sounds like, we've gone through the 5 criteria. We have all membership agreeing. So it sounds like we have a decision here. So what I would like to do is ask for.
Can I interject before we do that? Because I do have one possible condition that I would like to see attached. Because I do have concerns about the viability of first responders and police and emergency vehicles being able to properly access that. So I was thinking of adding a condition to the variance, just that the road width, the slope and materials of the driveway to be approved by the fire department in writing with a copy of that sent to us.
Add in the traffic that's.
Okay, so you would put that in the motion to approve them, is that correct?
That would be a condition of the approval of
Does
the
anybody
motion.
have any questions on that? Mark, do you have any questions on that?
No, that seems reasonable.
Okay, based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like that would not be too much of a challenge for the applicant to obtain either. The fire department's already worked on it.
Exactly.
What you're looking for basically is something written that we can put in the record
Exactly.
from the fire department, which I do not believe I actually have. I had something written from the selectmen saying that the fire department's okay with it, but
And I saw that too, and that's not specific enough to alleviate my concerns regarding safety issues. That could have been just they were given the nod for the name and not necessarily the other issues that I mentioned.
okay.
So I'll make a motion.
Yeah, make the motion.
I'll second it.
I would like to make a motion to grant the applicant's request from Litchfield zoning ordinance section 310 to allow a single family lot with only 50 feet of frontage where 150 feet of frontage is required with the condition that the road width, slope, and materials of the driveway to be approved by the fire department in writing with a copy of the letter sent to the zoning board of adjustment.
This report doesn't.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and we have a seconded. Any further discussion on the motion?
That are.
All right, I have no further discussion on the motion, so let's put it to a vote. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Opposed? No, so the motion would carry 5-0-0. So before I go any further, I couldn't write all that down, and I'm gonna need that for the decision document. Michelle, go ahead, Michelle, what do you got?
Just wanted to know who seconded the motion.
Mark,
Mark Filato.
I think I got most of it. I'm going to listen to the video one more time before I finalize that motion, and you'll have it exactly word for word.
I would appreciate that very, very much.
You got it.
Thank you. All right, so, Mr. Miller, your application has been approved with that one condition. I think that condition is something that you'll be able to pull off. So that's something that, you'll have to follow up with me on if you could via email. Once you get a hold of that letter, send it to me. I'll get it into the file. And you've got 30 days that you have to wait in terms of, a potential appeal to our decision here tonight. But you'll get all of that when you start working with the building department again anyways. So from our perspective, you should be good to go.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I will absolutely get working on obtaining that. Again, as you had kind of mentioned, I think it's just something didn't make it in writing, but I don't see it'll be an issue. It has been discussed at great length across there, but I will make sure that happens. And again, I thank you all very much. This means a lot to myself and my wife and my family. So thank you.
No, we appreciate it. I think you did a really good job on this. And speaking for the board, we wish you the best of luck with your project.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we're all set with what we had on the agenda. It's just about 12 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Motion to adjourn?
I have nothing else on the agenda, so I have a motion from John to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a seconded?
I'll second that.
Seconded from Tom Cooney. All those in favor to adjourn the meeting at 7:48 PM, say aye.
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 Opposed? So the